Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of English Talks with Real Teachers. I'm your host, Peter, and today, oh boy, we have a very interesting topic today. You will love it. We have a topic that every English learner struggles with at some point: how to think in English. Yes, it sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things to do when you're learning a new language. And today, I'm here with someone very special, a very experienced English teacher. He has helped many students with this exact problem. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ryan. Hello, Peter. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and talk about this topic. It's one of my favorites. Many students asked me to talk about this topic, so I'm happy to be here. Awesome! So, let's start from the beginning. Ryan, tell us, why is it important to think in English? I mean, why do so many teachers say this all the time? All of my teachers have told me that. Great question. You see, thinking in English is important because it makes your communication faster and, of course, more natural. When you think in your first language, let's say Spanish, you first think in Spanish, then you try to translate the sentence in your head, and then you say it in English. That takes time and it's stressful. I know that perfectly. But if you can think directly in English, you save time and feel more confident. That's why teachers say, think in English, because it works. Yes, and I've seen that happen. Some students stop in the middle of a sentence, like, oh, how do you say this word in English? Or a sentence, and then they get nervous. Exactly. Um, I had a student named Luis from Colombia, super smart guy. He knew a lot of grammar, vocabulary, everything. But every time he spoke English, he stopped and looked at the ceiling like he was solving a math problem. He had that big problem. Why? Because he was translating everything from Spanish to English in his head all the time. I told him, Louis, your brain is working too hard. So we started working on thinking in English. And little by little, he became much more fluent. This helped him a lot to improve his English. That's amazing. And you said something key there, little by little. So it's not magic, it's a process. Oh, yes, 100%. It's a process. No one wakes up one day and starts thinking in English all the time. That would be amazing. But no, it takes practice, small steps every day. So, Ryan, let me ask you something a lot of learners probably want to ask right now. How can we start thinking in English? What are some good methods or tricks? Please. All right, let's break it down. Here are a few simple but powerful tips that I use with my students. Number one, start with short sentences in your head. For example, when you wake up, say in your mind, I'm waking up. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. It's basic, but it's training your brain. You don't need to say full paragraphs, just one sentence at a time. Number two, name the things around you. Look around and say, this is a chair. That's my phone. I see the window. That is my computer. Why is it important? It helps your brain connect your world with the English language. Number three, use your phone in English. Change the language of your phone to English. Your apps, your settings, notes, everything. This helps you see English every day. Number four, use voice memos or notes app. Record your voice speaking English for 1 or 2 minutes. Talk about your day, your feelings, or what you want to do. It's like talking to yourself, but in English. Number five, use AI tools or chat apps. I have students who use apps to talk to AI in English, like a chatbot. They practice asking questions, making a small talk, or just describing their day. That is one of my favorites, in fact, because it's private, fun, and no pressure. Wow, those are gold. I really like the talk to yourself one. I do that all the time when I'm practicing French. Yes, it works. One student told me, but isn't that crazy? Talking to myself? I said, no, it's smart. You're practicing your brain, and no one is judging you. Exactly. Now, Ryan, you mentioned recording your voice. What's the benefit of that? Great question. When you record yourself, you become more aware of many things. You become more aware of your pronunciation, your fluency, and your vocabulary. And the best part? You can listen later and say, oh, I said that well, or next time I'll say this better. It's like coaching yourself. I know I have said this before, but it really works. Believe me. Yes, and I guess it also builds confidence, right? And that's very important. 100%. Speaking English is scary for many people, not because of grammar, but because of fear. So when you speak English alone and hear yourself, you get more comfortable. It's like training your brain and your voice together. And that is something amazing. That's amazing, yeah. So now let me ask you this. What happens if a person never learns to think in English? I love that question. If you never think in English, you will always feel slow when speaking. You might understand, but you will struggle to respond. That's the truth. Yeah. It's like driving with the handbrake on. Your car can move, but it's difficult and stressful. That's a perfect example. So true. It happened to me. And another thing, you never feel natural. Your English will feel like a second job, not a part of you. But when you think in English, even just a little, your brain starts to say, okay, this is normal now. I love it. So, to all the listeners out there, don't wait until you're perfect. Start thinking in English now, even if it's only one sentence a day. You won't regret it. Yes, exactly. You don't need to say, I must think in English 24 hours. Just begin with simple things. For example, while you cook, I'm cutting the tomato. While you walk, I see a dog. The sun is bright. That's how fluency begins. That's beautiful. Okay, Ryan, before we finish, do you have a final message for English learners who feel stuck? Yes, I want to say this. You are not alone. Every student struggles. Even I, as a teacher, struggled when I learned Spanish and French. Thinking in a new language feels hard, but every little step helps. Be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself. Think about your day in English. Celebrate progress. And most of all, enjoy the journey. That's the most important thing. That's so powerful. Thank you so much, Ryan. This episode was full of real advice, real experience, and a lot of heart. I really enjoyed listening to you and to learn many new things. Thank you for inviting me to your program. It was a pleasure. I hope to come back soon. Seriously. Of course. And to everyone listening, start now. Right now. Say in your mind, I am listening to a podcast in English. Boom! You're already thinking in English. Catch you next time on English Talk with Real Teachers. Bye for now. Like and share. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thank you very much for your support.